Most people assume good health after 90 is luck. But what if it's not? I'm 92. I still drive. I haven't had a single cold, flu, or infection in over 30 years. And it's not because of genetics, supplements, or some magic vitamin. It's because of 5 simple habits I've done every single day. They don't cost anything. They're not complicated. But they changed everything. These small daily choices rewired my body, boosted my immunity, sharpened my mind, and gave me the kind of strength that doesn't fade with age. It builds with it. So if you've ever thought it's too late to feel strong again, think again. Because I'm going to share exactly what I do and why it works. Let's begin with the first habit I never, ever skip. Habit 1. Morning movement ritual. The 90-second wake-up. That changed everything. Most people think aging begins with grey hair, wrinkles, or slower steps. But in my experience, aging starts in the first 30 minutes after you wake up. That's when your body is stiff, your blood is thick, and your nervous system is still half asleep. It's also when most people make their first mistake. They rush. They swing their legs out of bed, grab their phone, stumble to the bathroom, and launch into the day before their body even knows what's happening. I used to do that too. Until one morning, I tripped over my own slippers. Not because I was weak, but because my feet hadn't woken up yet. My body wasn't ready to move. That day, I made a decision. And for the last 30 years, I've never started my day without this, a 90-second wake-up ritual in bed. It's not yoga, it's not exercise, it's a signal, a message to my body. We're alive, we're moving. Let's begin. What the morning movement looks like. 3 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I feel the air move through me. It's the simplest way to say, I'm still here. Stretch my fingers, wiggle my toes. These small movements light up the nervous system, reconnecting mind to muscles. It's like flipping on the lights room by room. Rotate ankles and wrists slowly. No strain, no speed. Just a gentle rotation that loosens joints and warms up circulation. All of this takes about 90 seconds, but what it does? It wakes up every tendon, every joint, every cell with awareness. The science behind it, researchers at the National Institute on Aging and the Mayo Clinic have confirmed that the first few minutes of the morning are critical for older adults. Why? Because your risk of falls, brain fog, and stiffness spikes during this window, when your body is transitioning from rest to motion. Gentle morning mobility has been shown to improve balance and coordination, reduce joint inflammation, increase mental clarity, lower blood pressure, decrease morning cortisol, stress hormone. In other words, how you wake up determines how the rest of your day feels. From foggy to focused, my own experience. Before I began this ritual, mornings were a blur. I'd feel heavy, groggy, slow. Sometimes I wouldn't feel fully awake until lunch, but now, I feel connected from the moment I open my eyes. My mind is clearer, my body is more responsive, and most importantly, I feel in control of the day, not dragged through it. I don't have time for that. You do. 90 seconds is not an excuse. It's an investment. And the return is more energy, more focus, more stability throughout the day. You don't need a mat. You don't need a class. You don't even need to get out of bed. You just need one thing, consistency. Because the truth is, it's not the stretch that matters. It's the signal that says, I care about this body, I'm paying attention. Let's go together, not against each other. Wisdom nugget. We don't age overnight. We age in the moments we ignore. That first 90 seconds of your day, how you greet your body, might be the quietest but most powerful health choice you make. So tomorrow morning, before the coffee brews, before the news blares, before the world demands your attention, send yourself a signal. Because your body isn't just waiting to move, it's waiting to be acknowledged. Habit 2. The golden glass. A 3-ingredient morning ritual that changed my immune system. Every morning after I move my body, I drink what I call my golden glass. It's not a supplement, not a superfood powder, not some overpriced anti-aging elixir from a late-night infomercial. Just this: warm water, fresh lemon juice, a dash of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper. That's it. 3 ingredients, 5 minutes, and 30 years of impact. Why I started. In my early 60s, I was healthy but not vibrant. I'd get 2 sinus infections a year. My joints would ache in the winter. After breakfast, I often felt sluggish, bloated, and foggy. Then I read a small article about turmeric and its anti-inflammatory properties. I started researching more and experimenting. Eventually, I landed on this simple blend. I didn't expect much, but within 2 weeks, my digestion changed. A few months later, I realized I hadn't been sick once. That was 3 decades ago. I've had this drink every morning since. The power of simplicity. Let's break it down. 1. Lemon juice high in vitamin C, which supports white blood cell production, your body's immune army. Helps stimulate bile flow from the liver, supports digestion and detox. Balances low stomach acid, a common issue in seniors that causes bloating and poor nutrient absorption. A study from Oregon State University found that vitamin C supplementation in older adults reduced illness duration and improved overall immune response. 2. Turmeric. Contains curcumin, one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. Helps reduce oxidative stress, joint pain, even supports brain health. But there's a catch. Curcumin is hard to absorb on its own. 3. Black pepper. Contains piperine, a compound that increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Together, turmeric plus pepper, bioavailable healing. How I prepare it. Here's my exact routine. Heat 1 cup of water, not boiling, just warm. Squeeze in the juice of half a lemon. Add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Add a small pinch of black pepper. Stir and sip slowly. That's it. No blender, no fancy tools, just a mug and a spoon. Why this works for seniors. As we age, our inflammation levels rise. We produce fewer enzymes for digestion. Our immune response slows. But this golden glass jumpstarts digestion before breakfast, reduces systemic inflammation, boosts immunity, hydrates you first thing in the morning. It acts as a gentle wake-up call for your organs. A good morning from the inside out. My personal results since I began this habit. No sinus infections, no winter joint pain, no brain fog after meals, no major illness in 30 years. And it's not because I've avoided germs. It's because my body doesn't invite them in anymore. The golden glass doesn't protect me like a wall. It prepares me like a shield. Do I need supplements too? Maybe, maybe not. But here's the truth. If your first choice every morning is anti-inflammatory and nutrient-rich, you've already won the day. No pill replaces ritual. No vitamin outperforms consistency. Wisdom nugget. You don't need a miracle to feel better. You need a message to your body that says, I care about you. And sometimes that message is a warm cup in your hand and a quiet promise in your heart. Drink slowly. Breathe deeply. Begin again. Habit 3. The healing walk. Why I treat walking like medicine. I don't walk to exercise, I walk to heal. Every morning, rain or shine, I lace up my shoes, step outside, and give myself 15 minutes to return to myself. No phone, no headphones, just me, the rhythm of my breath and the steady sound of my steps. Why I stopped jogging. In my 60s, I jogged. I believed staying young meant breaking a sweat, pushing my limits, outpacing the clock. But then I read a study that stopped me in my tracks. It said, just 20 minutes of walking per day can reduce inflammation, regulate blood sugar, boost memory, and lower your risk of death by nearly 40%. I didn't believe it until I tried it. That was the day I stopped chasing youth and started cultivating longevity. The science of a slow step. Walking isn't just motion, it's a recalibration. It resets your joints, your lymphatic system, your digestion, your hormones, your mental clarity. One study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that daily walks lower C-reactive protein, a key marker of chronic inflammation in older adults. Another from Stanford revealed that walking boosts creativity and focus more than sitting or even standing. And here's what most people miss. Walking is not what you do when you can't run. It's what keeps you able to move long after running stops being possible. My walking practice, supportive shoes, not trendy, just comfortable with good soles. No goal except showing up. Sometimes it's around the block, sometimes 2 laps. I listen to how I feel, slow breathing. I breathe in for 4 seconds, out for 6. This activates the vagus nerve, the body's master switch for calm, gentle posture. I keep my shoulders back, arms swinging softly, spine tall, and I smile, not because I'm always happy, but because smiling activates healing. Smiling while walking increases parasympathetic activity, reduces cortisol, and stimulates emotional resilience. A study from psychosomatic medicine proved it. Seniors who smiled during movement recovered faster from stress. The day I skipped my walk about 25 years ago, I was busy. Skipped my walk. Told myself I'd do it later, but I didn't. And by noon I felt old. Not tired, not sore, just disconnected. Like my joints didn't belong to me. Like my lungs had shrunk. That was the last time I missed my morning walk. Why this walk matters more with age after 60, the body starts to resist stillness. The longer you stay still, the harder it becomes to move. Walking each morning is how I signal vitality. It's not optional, it's prescription strength movement. I call it the cheapest medicine with the highest return, and it's always available. Wisdom nugget. You don't need energy to walk. Walking gives you energy. You don't need a perfect route. You just need the willingness to take that first step, because motion is life, and stillness, if it lasts too long, becomes something else. Decline. Final thought for this habit. The world tells us to slow down with age, and yes, rest matters, but there's a difference between slowing down and shutting down. My daily walk keeps my body alert, my breath deep, my mind clear, my spirit open. I don't walk for distance, I walk for dignity. And that's what's kept me young for decades. Habit 4. The protein-rich breakfast, the meal that rebuilt my body. After 60, most people think breakfast is optional. Some even skip it completely, grabbing coffee and calling it fuel. I used to be one of them. Toast, cereal, maybe a banana, then out the door. But after I turned 60, something changed. My strength faded. By mid-morning, I felt tired. I started forgetting names, appointments, even whether I'd eaten lunch. I thought, this must be aging, but my doctor said, no, it's underfueling, especially protein. That day, I changed everything, and now, every morning, I eat what I call the brain and body breakfast, what I eat every morning. It's not fancy, it's not expensive, but it's powerful. 1 boiled egg, 6g of complete protein, plus all essential amino acids, 1 cup of Greek yogurt, 15g of protein plus probiotics and calcium, a handful of walnuts, healthy fats, omega-3s, anti-inflammatory, a few blueberries, antioxidants for the brain. Together, that's over 25 grams of high-quality protein, plus the nutrients my aging body actually needs. This isn't breakfast, it's recovery. Why protein matters more after 60? As we age, something surprising happens. Our ability to absorb and use protein drops. You actually need more, not less, to maintain muscle repair, tissue, support your immune system, keep your brain sharp, heal from injuries or illness faster. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who consumed 25-30 grams of protein per meal had better physical strength, fewer hospitalizations, longer, healthier lives. Another from Tufts University showed higher protein intake led to stronger immune responses to vaccines and infections. My results after changing breakfast. Once I made this shift, I felt the difference fast. No more 11 a.m. crashes. My memory returned. Energy held steady until lunch. I felt clear, focused, and stable. The protein gave me something toast never could: resilience. I mix it up, but I never skip some days. Cottage cheese, Plussing's flax seeds, grilled chicken on sprouted toast, a lentil scramble with turmeric and garlic. I switch the ingredients, but the rule never changes. Never skip protein, especially in the morning. Why? Because your first meal sets your metabolic tone for the whole day. It tells your body, we're safe, we're fueled, we're ready. Why this matters for the brain: protein isn't just for muscles, it's for neurotransmitters, brain chemicals, enzymes that power mental processing hormones that regulate mood and memory, low protein, low focus, low resilience, low defenses. Your brain, your immune system, your muscles, they're all built from amino acids. If you don't feed them, they can't help you. Wisdom nugget. You wouldn't fuel a car with fumes. So why fuel your body that way? Start strong, eat smart, feed your future self. Because what you eat at 7 a.m. determines who shows up at 3 p.m., tired, distracted, or sharp, steady, and thriving. Habit 5. Mental tuning. The 3-minute morning habit that keeps my mind sharp at 92. Before I read the news, before I check the weather, before I speak to anyone, I sit. I close my eyes, and for 3 minutes, I picture how I want to move through the day, not what I want to do, who I want to be. The practice, I call it mental tuning. It's not meditation, it's not prayer, it's not therapy, it's direction. Every morning I give my brain instructions, like programming a GPS before a long trip. I picture myself calm in traffic, steady during appointments, grateful even when small things go wrong. I don't imagine tasks. I imagine states of being. And over time, that vision becomes the default. The science behind it. Neuroscience shows that visualization physically rewires the brain. Dr. Joe Dispenza and Harvard researchers found that when people vividly imagine doing something, walking, playing piano, handling stress, the same areas of the brain fire as when it happens in real life. It builds new neural connections. It strengthens emotional regulation. It primes your nervous system for performance before anything even happens. That's not woo-woo. That's biology. How I practice it. Sit comfortably, in bed or on a chair. Close my eyes and breathe. Ask myself, what kind of day do I want to live? What kind of energy do I want to bring? I picture it. Me moving with purpose. Speaking with kindness. Handling surprises with humor, not panic. No music. No mantras, just imagination guided by intention. Why it matters more as you age. Here's what no doctor ever told me. Your mind gets sick before your body does. When your thoughts spiral, your body follows. You feel older, you act older, you lose momentum. But when you direct your thoughts, you get it back, because your body listens to your brain, and your brain listens to your story. Mental tuning helps me choose the story I want to live, before the world writes one for me. Stress is the silent killer. People think aging is about cells breaking down, but one of the biggest culprits, chronic stress. Stress increases cortisol, damages memory, weakens immunity, eats away at muscle. And for seniors, stress hides in strange ways. Confusion, digestive problems, aches that have no cause, bad days that come out of nowhere. Mental tuning is how I build mental armor before I step outside. A story that changed me. Years ago, I had a friend, same age, similar health, but he was always stressed. News, politics, bills. Then one day, he collapsed. Heart failure, no warning. He recovered, but barely. He once asked me, "How come you're never shaken?" I said, "Worry is a thief, and I lock my doors every morning." He smiled. But I wasn't joking. Wisdom nugget. You don't need candles. You don't need chants. You don't even need silence. You just need 3 minutes of direction. 3 minutes to tell your body, I'm safe, I'm focused, I'm in control. That's all it takes to flip your nervous system from stress to strength. And at 92, let me tell you, that changes everything. I've never believed in magic pills, but I believe in momentum. 5 small choices done daily changed my life and maybe even saved it. No gym, no guru, no expensive routines, just quiet habits repeated with care. Move before you rise. Drink something healing. Walk with purpose, eat to stay strong, tune your mind like an instrument. I'm 92. I still drive, I still laugh. I still live with clarity. And it's not luck, it's intention. So if you've been waiting for a sign to start, this is it, because it's never too late to get strong again, and never too early to begin. If this video gave you something to think about, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share it with someone who's ready to build strength one day at a time. Until next time, choose health on purpose.